What is up, guys? Solid Snake here with a MDT setup video to get you started on getting your account set up within our system. First things first, welcome to Coast. We are glad that you're here and want to role play with us. We are a professional community that's always looking for great people to add to it, and you've made it this far, so congratulations. We definitely hope you enjoy your stay while you're here, and if you have any questions or anything, make sure you contact one of our wonderful support people. Alright, so the last video that you watched, you went over the orientation of how to set up things on their website and get everything squared away with your account. On this video, we're going to go ahead and leave off from there and set you up on our MDT system. So all the information that you have for your vehicles is going to be used on the MDT as well, and we'll get to that point here in a little bit. Alright, so we're over on the actual MDT login, and how to get here. When you get to the orientation stage in the recruitment server, you will be given a link in order to get to this page. It's available in the main server as well, so if you forgot it or didn't save it, you always have access to it. Once you get to this point, you're going to have your general login if you already have an account. We're going to skip that. Oops. And then we're going to hit request access. Once we come to request access, we're going to have our fields here, very simple information. So it's going to be the PSN ID that you use for our community, for role plays, and for your accounts. So we're just going to put in test 15, something easy, and then test 15 for email. So the email address is going to be a current email that you use on a regular basis. So that way, if you have to reset your password, if you forgot it, then you can go through that process and it can be done easily. We're not gonna send you any kind of information. It's just for basically a password reset. Passwords, there are no requirements. Anything that you can remember, so whatever is easiest for you. So we'll just put in our password. And those don't match up, I can already tell. Okay. So once you get all that done, you just hit next. It's going to bring you to the department selection. The departments you will not have access to. Those are things that you have to apply for, so please do not request access to these. They will be removed in a later update. I just have not had the time to do it. The only department that you need to worry about is the civilian to start off with. Later on you can apply, and then those will be added to your account. So you just hit civilian and then you request access, and it will bring you to another screen that tells you that it typically takes 24 to 72 hours to process the request. Normally it takes less time than that, and this is going to be the reason why excuse me, on the Discord chat, when you're in the main server, you will see on the left hand side support questions and forms. You come in here and you'll see CAD MDT requests. All you need to do is come in here and say submitted request, I requested civilian, anything like that, so that way we are aware that it's there. And then an admin like LawDog112 or myself or the others will come in and say approved, or how many people have been approved for the MDT. Simple as that. Then you don't need that no more. Once your account has been approved from us, then you can come here to log in, same URL and everything. So I'm going to put my information in, and we're going to sign in. You would use your information. and then we log in. So once we get to this screen, this is gonna be the main screen that you're gonna see and always come back to whenever you log out of a department or anything like that. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna come up here to My Account. You're gonna verify that your PSN ID is correct. You're gonna verify that your email address is correct. Steam is not gonna be used at this time. And then you're gonna see unit numbers. Down here you see that I have a couple different things listed. Unit numbers are going to be identifiers for different systems that you're going to use on this. So right now I have my unit number for the Sheriff's Department, which is 76. And then I have my civilian account, which is my PSN ID. How you add things to this list is going to be, you just come down here, you put in your PSN ID, because right now you just have access to the civilian MDT. So you just put in your PSN ID, you hit the plus button, it's going to add that to the list, and then you click save once you have all your information verified and everything looks good. Then you're going to hit the return to home button. It's going to take you to the main hub. Now you have access to the civilian MDT where you can go in and create your character. The department lists, you will not have access to those. It will tell you that you're denied. Those have to be added on by an admin. The only one that you're going to be worried about is the Los Santos City Seal, which is the civilian department. So we're going to click that. Here's your identifier list that we were just talking about. So I'm going to be a civ, so I'm going to select my PSN ID. And if you forgot to do the other step, or you need to change it, you can click on this little link right here where it's highlighted in red, and it'll take you to your account settings. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. And now it's going to load up this select your character. Now I already have a character selected, or made, I should say. But you will not have anything listed here. Excuse me. So you're going to scroll down and click on New. It's going to bring up the character creation list. So the civilian name is going to be your PSN ID. Now you can split this up. It's going to appear on your license. You know, you want to have obviously the first part of it. If you want to split it in half, have the first part of it for your first name and then for your last name. So you just have to do that so that way it's accurate. So that way we can identify you when officers are giving citations or arrests. Birthday is going to be anything that you want, and then over here you're going to have your description of your person. This can be anything that you choose, and there's not a requirement as far as like it has to be this way. This is whatever you want. All the fields have to be filled in though. Over here you have your image, which is your mugshot for your license. So you can upload an image that's appropriate and it will be stored on our system. Once you come down here, after you've created all your information above, you hit create. This will be lit up. If there's any mistakes or empty fields, the system will kick back and highlight those areas for you, and you have to fill them in. But if everything's good to go, it's going to take you into the main civilian hub. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So since I have a character, I'm going to select my character as you would if you already had one made. This is the main civilian hub. We're going to run through the buttons so that way you have a better understanding of what their function is and their purpose. The DMV, this is where you go to register your vehicles that are stored on our system. So like I said before, you registered a vehicle on the website, so now you're going to take that information and you're going to put it in here. The plate number, the model number, and the color of the vehicle. Down here, you're going to put the date of purchase, when you purchased it, that registration, And as of right now, we don't have a insurance agent, but if we did, then you would select if it has insurance or not. And then you would just simply hit register, and it will add it to your account. Manage registered vehicles. You come in here, it'll have a list of your different vehicles that you've purchased registrations for. You can report your vehicle stolen. It'll bring you to a form to fill out, and it will flag that vehicle for law enforcement if it's stopped. And they will arrest whoever is driving it. The driver's license center is going to be here basically to tell you if your license is valid or not. When your account is first accepted into our system, we will check to see if you have a valid license. If that license is not valid, you will not have a valid ID. You can remove your license at any time. It's just, if you get stopped, you're just going to create a lot of problems for yourself. Down here, you'll see this is your ID. I don't have a mugshot for my character, but it gives the basic information that I created for that person. So now we are going to go back. Bureau of Firearms. This is where you register a firearm. You have to purchase a concealed weapons permit on the website first, so that way it's on that account. And then you come over here and you can register the firearm. Now, it's going to give you a list, and this is not an entire list of all the weapons that are in GTA. These are just what are registerable weapons that we allow for the community that are legal. You can purchase a variety of other weapons from our black market, and those are, illegal weapons. After that, so after we'll do that one. So it's going to add this pistol to my account. It's going to give me my registration. Since I already bought a concealed weapons permit on the website, I just have the certificate now. So that has been added. If you go down to view, it's going to give you a list of the firearms that you own. And you can also report them stolen, and it'll be flagged. And then if another civilian has that firearm of yours, then on them, and they're using it or have possession of it, then the officer arrests them, and it will be returned. The judge feature, this is where our judges go in order to create warrants for civilians. Law enforcement has to request those warrants, and then the judge will go in. Only the judges have access to that, and judges can be elected in at different times. Excuse me. Edit information. This just takes you back to your character creation list, and you can edit your character info. Switch character. That'll go back to the main screen that you've seen when you can select a character. Call 911 is going to be taking you to our communication center, which would be in touch with our dispatchers. So if you're in a session and you need officers, this is where you'd go in order to contact dispatch. Warrants, obviously I don't have any current warrants, so everything's good there. This just displays that list if you have any warrants against you. Patrol map, this will bring up our patrol map of our addresses, streets, everything that we need to know as far as information and locations. Our Twatter is going to be like our Twitter app, where you can communicate with other civilians during sessions. Makes things a little bit easier, and you can get information across to each other in a faster manner. So that is going to basically conclude how to set up your character on the MDT. If you have any questions, please submit a support ticket. If you're having any problems, that will go into that ticket as well. Make sure you contact somebody. Otherwise, welcome to Coast, and you guys have a great day and happy gaming, everybody.